Hello, friends. Hi, and welcome into Wagworks GA. I am Jeff. You can call me Wags. And yeah, we do art here. I'm half of a creator team with my wife Ashley. She is our writer. I'm the artist of the team, and we make kids comics. So you joined us here at Wagworks GA on what all parents know as a horrible, rotten, no good, terrible, awful, real bad bedtime night. I'm a parent of 2 kids. And there's some neurodiversity there, and sometimes we have very rough bedtimes. I mean, it's true for all kids, I feel like, but we are no exception to that rule. So if I have to excuse myself and put you guys on Be Right Back, please know that it is helping a child sleep. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can do tonight. we're gonna do our best. That's where we're at. But hey, I hope you guys are all having a good day and a good week. It's been actually a pretty good day and week here for the most part. It's been kind of everything, kind of life everything this week. So not bad, just full. I'm ready for the weekend, honestly. That's where I'm at. But I hope your guys' week has been smooth. I hope you're not only ready for the weekend, but that you also just had a truly delightful week leading into it all. What we should do now is head into announcements. So let's go ahead and bring announcements up. Hello. There we go. All right. Third Thursdays. That's right. I'm still plugging this. It is a new thing we're trying. We had the first of them last month in July, and we'll be doing the next one this month. That date is not correct. That is not the third Thursday of August. I don't know what happened when I was making that, but that's very wrong. Today is August 6th, and it's not the third Thursday of the month. The next one will be Thursday, August 20th. I'm a bit confused as to how that got there. Okay. Maybe in the future I'll have a chance to check over these slides before I share them. Okay, so we're just gonna roll on. August 20th will be continuing. It's the third Thursday format. Is that I will be playing a game for the first half of stream. We'll just do some gaming, and then we'll do some drawing based on the game afterwards. So we're playing through Chrono Trigger right now, my my all-time favorite JRPG. So I'm having a good time sharing that with you guys, and we will be continuing the adventures of Poopy, which is what we named Chrono. It's good times. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. Moving on. I still owe you guys one extra stream. I am keeping track. This is my accountability slide to say, hey, I know, I'm aware, and I'm still looking for opportunities to do so. After that, let's take a look at the art list real quick. Yeah, still a little bummed that I had to drop the velocity art for the Yeti art book for Games Done Quick, but there was no way I was fitting that in. The due date was last Thursday, so I could probably clear that off this slide. But we're almost done with the Cartoons comic for the August issue of the Tribune, which is our digital magazine that we do. And we'll be finishing that up tonight, I think. And then if there's time, we'll hop into the Dungeons and Dragons group illustration, which we're also almost done with. I've been working on this thing for a while. It's 23 characters or familiars all in all. And I'm hoping, like, the campaign is on hiatus while it shifted. It's through our Orange County library system, and the librarian, who's our DM, changed libraries. So the new one, he'll be at the new one that's opening up. And I'm trying to get this done before we resume the campaign, which could be next month. Hold on one second. Just checking on a kid mod. If you hear what sounds like a child who is very much not sleeping, that is them having the rough bedtime. I have the monitor here to make sure all is well. Everybody's okay. Not in our happiest mood, but you know. As it turns out, sometimes you forget to show a video of a marble run to a certain person, and apparently that won't stand. Apparently that won't stand tonight. But this also happens when kids are tired, as any parent will tell you, and you just gotta help them through it. That's it. Anyway, so those top two unchecked off items are soon to be finished. We definitely finished the August cover, and we've got after that a little bit of a gap for a second. Well, there's not really a gap. I got more stuff lined up that I want to work on, but that will finish off this part of the art list. When we leave us with just working on some more panel art for filling out my Twitch panels, which, by the way, if you're viewing this, on the webpage, you can see I've done very, very, very little. In fact, those panel headers and the panels that I have are the ones that I think I first set up over 3 years ago. Yeah, so I need to get to that. And I want to fill out some more emotes. I've got a few for you guys, but I want to get some more in there. So we'll be doing that. Maybe we'll find a way to do like a vote or something to figure out what the ranking of the emotes should be. We'll see what y'all want. But that's that. We'll be definitely, I think, as we get into spooky season, which I guess technically we're already in, we'll be looking at doing some Disney, maybe Halloween themed art. I think that'd be pretty fun. For those of you who don't know, we're right here in Orlando, Florida. Magic Kingdom is it's over there just a little bit. Like, they just finished the fireworks for I believe the first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, the first one of the year. And yes, it is indeed August 6th. You are not imagining that. They start early. I think it's because, folks want to get those Disney Halloween vibes in, but maybe they're not coming in October. Yeah. So at any rate, that's probably gonna show up on this list over here at some point in the near future. But just a moment, please. All right. Let me just do. We're not any longer inking. As you can see, I had the best of intentions of updating my announcement slide deck today/yesterday, and that did not happen. We're done with the inking, but we will be working on this comic. Actually, it's come a very long way since you guys last saw it. So we'll be hopping in on that in a little bit. I think that's it for announcements. Yeah, that's all I've really got there. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear that out, and let's go ahead and actually what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take a quick BRB because I need to go check on a kid in person and live. So I'm gonna go do that, but it'll be hopefully, fingers crossed, not too long of a break. While I go do that, and then we'll hop into our warm-up. So that's the plan. You should hydrate. As a parent, I am legally obligated to tell you to hydrate. So go hydrate or do whatever you need to do, and I will be back in hopefully 1 or 2 minutes. We'll see. Okay, I'm back. The bedtime status, for those of you who are curious or concerned, is it's not going great. It's not going great. Yeah. One of those. It's just one of those. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I will continue to monitor and parent. Oh! I did have an announcement. Another cool thing. Maybe not an announcement. It's like show and tell. It's show and tell. So we did House of Mouse Expo this weekend. We went there for a day. It's a Disney. It's like a smaller convention expo, but we went there for a day, and went as a family, so that was super cool. One kiddo made a costume. They were Figment, and they crafted their costume all themselves, and it was pretty awesome. I'm pretty proud of it. They got asked for a few pictures, which was cool. But we also did, there's an artist, this guy here, Mike Roll, he works at Disney. I believe he does caricatures at some of the parks. But he actually did his own iteration of the Animation Academy, which is what they used to have over at Rafiki's Planet Watch, where a Disney artist would come and teach you how to draw one of the characters. And that closed down. I think it's coming back now that Rafiki's Planet Watch has been transformed into Bluey / Australia. But anyway, he did it. So he was teaching us how to draw a character, and we did Steamboat Willie. It was really cool. So it was fun. So he walked us through drawing, and I'll show you mine. So this is mine that we did, or that I did. I think it came out pretty good. You know, it needs to work a little bit on the Mickey proportions, even for Steamboat, but really it could have been so much worse. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. One kiddo actually did, I was really proud of this, did a piece of gift art that they gave to the artist, and that was so cool, and the artist was so like kind and generous and encouraging, like accepting it, and like he put it in like a sleeve to protect it at his booth. It was so heartwarming and nice. It was just really cool. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. I was gonna show more, but I didn't ask other kid or Ashley if they were cool with me showing them, so I'm gonna hold off on that till I ask if it's okay. You know, don't share without permission is I think where we go with that. Okay, that was my other share. I think I want to move to Warmup now. If I could just type random, that would be good. Okay. All right, so I will get there eventually, guys. Okay. All right. Oh, this is because, okay. So I've been lately, you know, dropping my OBS between two different monitors for stream, and apparently when you do that, sometimes it does not, it's not happy, and it just resizes everything. So just getting my art window up and getting random Pokemon generator up so we can actually just do our warm-up, guys. Oh my goodness. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, there we go. There's one thing up. Yay. Yay. Okay. Okay, well, that's weird and not optimal. My OBS just totally, the scene for my art clip studio capture just decided that it wanted to blow up. Look! Okay, there's that. That's cool. We got the random Pokemon generator. What is even happening? Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, the tech gremlins are very real tonight. Along with many other types of gremlins, apparently. Where is Clip Studio? Come on, y'all. We're troubleshooting this live together, is what we're doing. Bedtime continues to go poorly. Okay. Sorry, this is just, where did my clip studio go in this? Okay, well, I'm just gonna bring it in fresh. That's cool. Clearly I did something. Yeah. Oh no, it's in there. Okay. All right, we are, hold on a second. It's gonna be one of those nights. It's gonna be one of those nights. So we're just gonna work with it. We're gonna roll with it. We are gonna figure this out. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do this. Just gonna like give OBS a little palette cleanse. No pun intended. Okay, that is clearly not working. Okay, that's all fine. Okay. So we're a little bit in business. We've gone too far. Okay. Oh my gosh, really, guys? You ever just... Okay. We're getting there. I do not know why I am having to sit here and recapture my Clip Studio Paint. That's frustrating. But we're gonna work with it. So here it is. You can see where we got that back, so that's great. Let me just do a couple things to adjust here. That's looking more Clip Studio-ish. Okay, how's that for you guys? Hopefully that comes through. Okay, we got that. Unbelievable. Okay, all right, we're good. We're good. Okay, and we're just gonna... literally just have to bring in everything in this setup fresh again. That's incredibly frustrating. Okay. For all that though, we are actually so back. We're so back. So I'm gonna go ahead and yep, that's how we're gonna do it. Great, wonderful, stupendous. It is not happy with what I'm doing with the second monitor. As you can see, it's just okay. All right, be gone. Okay. The scuff continues. Scuff intensifies. We got this. Maybe? Okay. This is encouraging. This is indeed encouraging. All right. Now, before like everything just explodes, let's go ahead and generate those Pokemon. All right. So this is randompokemon.com. It's a random generator that's gonna pick 2 Pokemon. You can specify like a bajillion things, but I'm not doing that. I'm just letting it pick from everything, all the Pokemon, all the forms, everything. So let's see who we get tonight. We're gonna mash them up for a warm-up. I will go ahead and do this because this is how I tell myself in my YouTube video where warm-up started. Okay. And if you skipped straight to warm-up, there was definitely not any scuff or problems that happened before. Everything's awesome. It's been so smooth, and we're just going there. Moving on from there. Just a moment. Bye. Okay, great. Okay, Pokemon, let's go. Pokemon, let's go. Pikachu and Eevee. If you know, you know. This is great. Honestly, I'm very excited for this combination. I think this is going to be amazing and hilarious. Okay, so let me bring up a timer there because definitely did that in advance and was prepared, as I always am. Okay. Yeah, so here's the deal. We're going to spend 5 minutes warming up. I'm going to take these 2 Pokemon. I'm going to sketch what a fusion of them might look like. It might look cute. It might look cool. It might look like nightmare fuel. But really the point is just to have fun and warm up and loosen up since I work a day job and don't do art for most of the day. So I'm going to set a 5-minute timer. I'm going to basically sketch and maybe get to like pencils, which is like a bit cleaner sketch. And that'll be it. So I encourage you to also draw along. You don't have to do this exercise. You can do whatever you want. I just think everybody should take a few minutes each day and just spend a little time drawing. It's very therapeutic. Even if you just throw it in the trash can, which you should totally recycle it if it's on paper. But even if you just get rid of it afterwards, I think it's really beneficial to do. So all that being said, timer starts now. Ish. As soon as I turn it on over here. There we go. All right. Maybe there we go. Better. Okay, now we draw. I mean it this time. I'm gonna... All right, hold up. I forgot to bring in the reference. I always bring in reference. I'm very... Oh gosh, it's one of those. Okay, it's one of those nights. But that's okay. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do this too to make this window a little bit better. Is that the word I'm going for? Okay, I like that better. I'm gonna go ahead and pull in reference too. I can't believe I did not do that at first, but we're gonna do that. So we've got our Vanillish. Okie dokie. And you go in here. And we label. Good deal. Okay. And our second one was Bastiodon. Okay. And we'll bring them back here. So let's see what we got. This is what we're working with tonight for our fusion. Just labeling some layers over here on the side. I know I don't typically show the layers panel just because it's not that exciting most of the time, but it does help me stay organized. So anyway, all right. So that being said, the actual for real, totally legit warm-up starts now. Well, that was when I clicked that timer. There we go. Perfect. All right, here we go. You know, and like I was saying before, it's definitely so weird that there was any kind of scuff there, because this has been such a smooth, clearly smooth night with nothing at all going wrong. All right, what are we gonna do? All right, we're gonna start here. We're looking at how do I want to combine these big shapes, right? That's kind of the whole big deal. And what elements do I want to pull to kind of create a cohesive, whole cohesive thing here? So that is kind of the gist of it. All right, so we're gonna start with the shape from Vanillish, and I really love this face. So we're gonna pull a lot of this face in here because it's kind of perfect. I do think I need to bring it a little bit lower. All of it together, but I want to kind of tweak the spacing here. Yeah, so I think that's kind of perfect. Bring it a little bit lower to get a little bit of that element of Bastiodon in there. And we'll probably pull in those tusk-like fangs for Bastiodon here. Maybe even a little bit of this element of the semi-nose. So a little bit like that. I think the body proportion needs to be dropped a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I like that. I think we're gonna go ahead and incorporate the cone part of Vanillish as a bit of a tail. So here's that central diamond. This is gonna come, excuse me, here. All right, so kind of like that. These little diamonds in here. All right, we need legs. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and invert the cone shape a little bit for our legs. So something like that. We can still keep those kind of chunky nails, I guess, is that what you call them? So we'll kind of keep those on there, right? And from there, okay, so I've kept, this is all the main Vanillish elements. These ice chunks then should come like this. Okay, I think the feet those need to be bigger. So what I'm going for is kind of like a little body and then sort of a big, clunky, a little bit clumsiest, but somewhat imposing despite being cute and a bit doofy appearance. So we're gonna go for that. And I wanted to, before I forget, add some ice elements here that make this kind of look like a waffle cone bowl. There's the ice tail. We'll have some ice elements here. And then we get some of this kind of ice cream scoop billowing top on here. A little bit more clearly to mimic what's on Vanillish there. All right, that is time. Okay. Honestly, I do like this. I think there's room to move things around a little bit and tweak it, but I'm having fun with this one. I think this works out. I'm just doing a little cleanup here while I'm in it. I save all of these because just in case it would someday be fun to kind of come back and mess with it, I wanna have it handy, and I also wanna, you know, leave it in a spot that future Jeff knows what now Jeff was kind of thinking of doing with it. Now granted, it's not that I don't value future Jeff's ideas. I just want to make sure he knows where I'm coming from before he picks it up and runs with it. So we're just gonna make it easy for future Jeff. He's got a lot on his mind, probably. You know how it goes. Okay. All right. Just need the darkness right here. Darken this right here so we can see these lines kind of clearly. Actually, I could just use a bigger brush size. This is just almost like ice cream Bulbasaur. I feel like that's where we've kind of gone with it. Okay. There's just one thing left to do, and honestly, I think this one kind of does it for itself. We got Vanillish, and we've got Bastiodon, and to me, clearly, this is Vanilliodon. This is Vanilliodon. Okay, I like that. That makes me smile. I hope that you also had fun drawing. If you did, if you want to share, you can do that. You can probably, the best way to do it right now, I do not have a Discord server. I probably will eventually be standing one of those up, especially for art sharing. It just makes it a little bit easier to have my own. Frank has very graciously been letting us use his. Frank, by the way, if you don't know him, is our moderator here. But in the meantime, you can post it on Instagram, and you can tag us. We're WagWorksGA over there, just like we are here on Twitch. So feel free to do that. I'd love to see what you guys came up with. Yeah. All right. So that's the warm-up. Let's get ready to jump on into our main piece for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and just make a quick adjustment here on my setup. You go there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to save this as well. Again, you know, for future Jeff's benefit. Bless his little heart. Gosh, what is today? The 6th? Today's the 6th? Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. Let's move on ahead. All right. So this is the comic. If you last saw this last, I don't see why you wouldn't have only last seen it last week. It's come a long way. So I think we had just finished inking last stream, and I've been kind of plugging away at this. for a bit now. So as you can see, we've got colors in. I've started shading, and that's where we're going to continue on tonight. Just jumping in, continuing shading, and hopefully wrapping things up. Cartoons. I realized I didn't mention really what Cartoons was. It's right here. I mean, I see the bot has a chat message. I'm pointing over here, but you can't see that. That's not where it goes. Chat would actually probably be like that way on the other side of the picture, but my arm is not that long and will not reach across. But so Cartoons is something that we make. It's Ashley and I make with some other kid comic creator friends. With Ken Ralston and Sarah Giles. Them and Ashley and I are kind of the core four. And it's well, right now, our primary format is a digital magazine. But it's basically a collection of short comics for kids with like little bits of educational content sprinkled in them. Ashley and I are both meteorologists, therefore meteorology is what ours tend to be. This one is a little bit more lighthearted and kind of not so focused on the meteorology side. We are finishing out our 6th issue of our digital magazine, the Cartoons Tribune, which we decided for 1 year we would do that. So we're doing every 2 months or so an issue. They're like 20 some odd pages. So they've got comics, they've got activities, stuff like that. We usually feature another kids comics creator, which we have some pretty awesome ones in there. I'm really excited for the one coming up in August as well. This is the comic that we're doing for the August Tribune. Once we finish this year of comics, we're probably gonna focus, like, reel things back a little bit. Hey, Cyberpup, how's it going? It's good to see you. We'll probably reel things back a little bit from the digital magazine format. Like, they'll stay there on the website, free for everybody to access, and we'll probably periodically be adding in and eventually filling out to have like one for each month. But they'll sort of be like a static resource for teachers is our plan. And then we'll focus on first filling out content on our website, and then from there, like updating the digital magazine pieces of it. Yeah, Cyberpup, how you doing tonight? Pardon me, I feel like I need more coffee. It's good times. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue our shading. Oh, I missed a spot in there. Okay. You know, I'm always like, oh, not much going on here, just a little bit of shading, and then it's like some incredibly detailed building or, you know, the ocean, where I'm like, oh, I just need to do believable water shading. No big deal. Why do I do these things to myself? It's like I choose exactly how I render everything. Why do I put myself in this position? I feel like sometimes being an artist means you just basically put yourself in a lot of pain. But it's for the art. So we're just throwing in some basic sea foamy bubble shapes in here. They don't have to be perfect. Oh, Cyberpup, I totally I missed checking Frank's the art share channel and missed that you had some new stuff up in there back in July. It was looking really good. I realized it when I finally went back to check it last week. Okay, what do I need here? I feel like that's okay. I've got some shadows. I don't love the shadow on this volleyball net post. I might redo that. It just kind of looks like it's stabbing Corey in the head, and we don't need that. We don't need that. It's a little bit better if I have it going this way. I think that's fine. Okay. Oh, you've got some new doodles? That's awesome. It's going good here. it's been a bit of a night. But that's we've just had some fun Scuff and parental stuff going on with kids having a hard bedtime. But otherwise, we're having a good night. It's been nice. If you ever wondered what it would look like to try to mash up Vanillish with Bastiodon, we explored that thought just a little bit ago. Let me know if there's anything you want to share. I'm happy to go to art share time if you feel like it. But otherwise, happy to know you're still working and still creating stuff. I feel like that is the battle half the time. Just to keep going, you know. Oh yeah, no, of course, go for it. Since I'm the wise old man. Yeah, I am happy to provide whatever insight I can. I am just a human, so I obviously have my own blind spots and things that I don't know, but I'll share what I can. Oh, I do want to clean this up a little bit. Okay. At least it colored underneath those. That's good news. Okay. What's really nice is the fact that nothing is currently breaking right now. That makes me so happy at this moment, the way things started off. Something like that. But yeah, but Cyberpup, you said it was relationship stuff? Okay. recent problem, but I don't know how to properly communicate or what I should do. You often feel blank, not numb, but more neutral towards your boyfriend. Feel like you can't communicate that with him because you usually assume it's a problem on his end and says sorry for it, but you don't think it's his fault. Okay. I mean, first things first, like, I think it's just important to know, like, you're valid to have your own, you know, to feel that way. Like, I think everybody sometimes feels, can feel that way about things that they usually are happy about. Jeff knows a thing or two because he's seen it. I have seen a thing or two, man. Let me tell you. Hey, Frank, how's it going? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. How's your night going? So first things first, let me just say your feelings, you know, in case no one has said this to you, totally valid. It's hard. It's hard to communicate things that don't have actionable outcomes where there's because people want to do something, right? That's, I think, a lot of people, to feel better about situation, they need to feel like they can do something that will change it if it's not, you know, a favorable thing. You care about him and once felt love, but you wonder if that was just the limerence. But it went too deep that he would destroy himself if you ended things too. That is a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And can I just say, that is, it's not a healthy place to be. I think, yeah, how do you, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you add space in a relationship when the other person does not want that thing? I think communication is important, but I hear what you're saying about the fact that it seems like it's tricky to communicate. You'll be tough cop, but it's true. And I think when you care about somebody in any way, you never want to see them hurt themselves or go down a bad path. Even if you don't want to necessarily like walk a path with them. What I'm learning as time goes on is that boundaries are really, really important. And sorry, I'm just seeing what Frank's writing here. Yeah, Frank, this is absolutely a possible path of action. Like, break up, but also let his support system know, so it's already kind of activated in advance. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're not responsible for his choices. And I guess that's where I was going with the boundaries, right? Like, in a healthy relationship, yes, you're together. You enjoy doing things together and being with each other, and you're kind of, you know, moving forward on a path together. But it doesn't mean that your individuality goes away. And it doesn't mean that the other person gets to just dictate all of your actions. They can speak to you in love, saying like, hey, I don't think this is a good path you're going down, or hey, I don't want to do this, absolutely. But when it comes to where you're afraid to have a conversation, or afraid of the choice that they'll make based on you just being open about something, that's unhealthy. That's a dangerous place to be. You worry that his friends would dislike you afterwards. He's hopelessly in love, and yet there's not much you can do without possibly getting hurt as well. Listen, it's an unpleasant situation. Like that's hard. That's really hard. What I'm seeing is like you do care, with mentally getting hurt. Yes. Thank you for specifying that. If it was an abuse type situation, then the number one priority is just get yourself to safety, right? Yeah, the thing that sucks is we can't control what people think of us. I am a terrible people pleaser. It's something I have to work really hard to recognize and avoid going down that path. Yeah, it's in the end, you have to make the decision that is right for you, and that if the friends dislike you, that may happen, but like you can't control that. Yeah, I think it's true. You can't have your cake and eat it too. But at the same time, if you're in a situation where one, you can't have like an honest conversation about your feelings without it going down like a rough route, or you can't, you're worried that he's going to harm himself because of a breakup, or you feel like, you're hanging on because you don't want the friends to dislike you. Like those are all things where you're kind of, they're not necessarily a good place to be anyway, right? Like even if things were fine, not having that sense of freedom to just express or be yourself or make the choices you need to make is not the place you want to be. Like in a healthy relationship, you're able to do a lot of those things. Now granted, like, if friends are supportive, they're generally going to be like, hey, you really hurt our friend, so we dislike you because of that, and that can happen. And that's even in some cases appropriate, but it doesn't make you a bad person, especially if you're being honest with yourself and with the other person about where you are and what you need. It just sucks, but it kind of has to happen. As a people pleaser, I have more often been on the broken up with side than the breaking up with side. And I look back at past relationships and I think I stuck around for way too long thinking that I could somehow turn this around or salvage it, when really I should have seen that like this behavior was not healthy. This wasn't gonna be good for either of us. And it's always gonna suck going through it. If this is the route that you feel like is right for you, going through it is never gonna be fun. It just isn't. Not for you, not for them, not for anybody involved with the situation, but at the same time, it may be what has to happen. Yeah. It's so you tuned in a little bit afterwards, but we're in our house. We were having a rough bedtime night with one of the kids tonight, and because they were frustrated about something small and not harmful, like something that can be remedied later, but they didn't want to wait till later to remedy it. They wanted it to have happened, 2 hours ago. And like this is where parenting teaches you some life lessons that for me at least, were harder to pick up on until I was a parent. And it's like sometimes you just have to assert that boundary, and everybody's got to go through the unpleasant time, because the alternative is that you build out an expectation that if they just act out enough, if they just threaten their own safety enough, if they just granted, with anyone in general, you don't want self-harm, and as a parent with kids, we have to step in if harm is happening, right? But I'm talking about them being up late, yelling or being upset. We have to let it process through. Consequences still have to exist, because if they don't, it just establishes a whole precedent that you don't want, I guess to say, I know, yeah. That love would come naturally to you, but it's exhausting trying to make sure the other person is okay and dealing with clinginess and immaturity. What else? Just feel tracked. Yeah. You felt like you had to babysit a child. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody has immature sides, right? Everyone has their quirks that can get on someone's nerves, for sure. But if it hurts, to be honest. It sounds, but there's a difference between mean and honest, right? And I think it's important to consider that. And sometimes you have to process your feelings. Sometimes you need to get it out, and sometimes it doesn't. You're not saying they're a terrible person. You're just saying hey, this is a problem. This behavior is hard for me. This behavior, this feels like blah. You're allowed to say how you feel, and as long as you're not verging into the being mean intentionally territory, I think that the honesty is important. Being honest with yourself and with them, because they wouldn't if the relationship continued. Do you think that they or if the shoe was on the other foot? Would you enjoy the feeling of knowing that the other person felt that way, or would you want them to stick around or to keep the thing going if they felt that way? And the way they build the maturity is life. It's life experience, and sometimes I think we've all had our hearts broken at some point, probably. I think it's a pretty universal experience, and it sucks, but we've all learned something and grown from it, the longer it's delayed, the worse it'll be. It's true. The longer you drag stuff out, the worse it can get. Because then you become more and more afraid to rock the boat, and they build more and more expectation that everything is fine, or that or that by acting a certain way, they can make you feel like you can't possibly end things. And that's dangerous, because even if they are not intentionally a manipulative person, I think there's a certain human intuition that can get into that territory. So it's not good if it goes there. But I think, in all honesty, the first You need to stop getting into relationships. To be honest, Limerence mental health is scary. Yeah. I guess I was just gonna say, like, I think that the first step is, even though it's hard, and it may not yield an immediate thing, at the very least a conversation is the start. Because if it's gonna be a healthy, if it were to be a healthy relationship, you need to be able to be honest with each other about where you're at, right? And if that causes one person to spiral off, that's not a good setup. And yeah, it's tricky, but I think conversation would likely be the place to start. Because if you also play the mental game of like playing out how this goes, if nothing happens, it can lead to, you know, resentment, feeling trapped, all sorts of stuff. That's just, it's not good, right? I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. It's a hard place to be in. And, you know, it's obvious that you do care about the other person and that you want them to be well and to be happy. And that's a good thing, right? But at the same time, sometimes what's truly best is having to deal with the rough part and then rebuilding, learning, growing, and coming out eventually stronger on the other side. It's not a fun situation. I'm sorry, but that's kind of my take on it. Like, I remember, you know, Ashley and I really enjoyed the Twilight movies. Like, I remember, you know, reading the books, watching the movies when they first came out, all that. Then we had a character for a graphic novel we were doing that, like, some of the elements, some of the demeanor we were pulling from Bella. I knew Renesmee was coming out, Frank. So we went back because I was like, okay, well, let's get some reference. Let's take a look and see what we want to pull, especially because, like, the illustrative style, the traits that I want to put in the character, I was trying to figure all that out. So we go back and rewatch the movies, and it's amazing what, like, a decade even will do. And you go back and you're like, this is so unhealthy. This is, like, it's a great love story. It's a terrible relationship. This is not romantic. This is, like, codependence and, like, semi, you know, manipulative control. And this is not what you want. Yeah. For whatever that's worth, I know I did not expect to bring up Twilight in this conversation, but that's kind of, it came to mind. Because at first, those types of gestures and situations come across as romantic. But over time, they end up being really unhealthy. Okay, I don't think I need to add any more shit. Oh, maybe the window. Add, like, a little bit of a window thing here. Bella being mean to Jacob and calling him a killer. Then Edward says, I'm a killer. And she's like, I don't care. I love you. I hate it. Listen. At the time, I was Team Edward. At the time. And while I still stand by some of that, I think right now I'm Team Counseling. I think when it comes to Twilight, I'm Team Counseling. That is the Team Therapy. Go Team Therapy. I think that would have done a whole lot in a lot of those situations. You know what I mean? Okay. What Do I know? I don't think I know. Yeah, Cyberhub, does that help at all? I don't... Is there anything else I can offer? I don't claim to know everything. So, you know, please feel free to evaluate what I say against your own feelings and beliefs, and take what makes sense and leave what doesn't. Turn off the foreground here just so I can get a little better shading on this. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I was too late. I did not see Ashley pass behind me, so I was gonna ask her if I could show her drawing from the Animation Academy, but I was too late. Yeah, that's totally fair. And I think when you have any, when you have any conversations, it helps to know what you want out of it. Excuse me. Like, do you want to, like, just kind of stay together but take a little bit of space, like see each other a little bit less frequently just to kind of see where things land? Or is it hard set, like, I feel like this needs to end right now? Kind of having that idea will help you to form boundaries that you can stick to as well, because oftentimes in these types of situations there's going to be, you know, kind of the pleading or the bargaining type of thing where they want to, you know, what about this, how about, you know, but you need to know what will and won't work for you, at least as a start, right? But yeah, please do take time and weigh it out, you know, for yourself, because again, I don't know everything. And I would never want to give someone bad advice. But at the same time, I do see that, you know, I respect that you're in a tough situation, and I hope you don't have to deal with that for a long time. I hope it comes to the best resolution possible for everyone involved. And just keep in mind, it's your life too, right? Like, you get to have a say as to where your side of it goes. speaking of relationships, Frank, did you make sure to message Fallen first? Just checking. I know she's excited to hear from you. Actually, I don't like doing it that way because that makes it look like the pool side is somehow on top of the water, and that's weird. Studio, hello? Okay, there we go. I draw so much water in this comic. Well, I know why, because it's summer, right? And most of us have either a beach or a pool or both as part of our summer memories. All right, tell you what, actually, it is 11:20. I know it's a little bit past our usual break time, but also I know I had a bit of a delayed start with all my Scuff. So I'm gonna go to a quick break because I also need to pee. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll put you guys. I'm gonna run a quick 1-minute ad roll while I'm on break, and we'll be back. I'm gonna give it maybe 2 to 5 minutes. We'll say 5. I'll be back by 11:28. Yes. All right. So I will see you guys in just a few. Have a lovely break, a lovely leg stretch. All right, we are back. Hello. I know. It's 11:20. Look at me. Look. I said 11:28. But I got back faster, so that's exciting. I know I end up drawing out like stream starting sometimes by accident, so happy to cut the break a little short and keep going on this. Yeah. So let's just keep going. Cyberpop, I did just want to say, I know like those are a bit of heavier conversation for this channel, but I do like, I appreciate I think I appreciate that you know, brought it up, like you wanted to come here and talk, and I appreciate that you trusted me enough to talk about it. And I really like this community. It's a small community on this stream, but you guys make this worthwhile, and I hope that I can be here for you. Just as I really appreciate the way that you're here spending this time with me. So I know it's hard in situations well, like this, like it's challenging, and it sometimes feels like, oh, you have to make just the right move or do things just the right way, or things will be ruined. But just know that in almost every situation, there's a there's possibility for a good outcome, or possibility for things to get better, even when they are challenging for a time. For whatever that is worth. Did the shadow even move that way? I don't think it would. I don't think it moves that way. Think about that. I think that'll work. Let's just shade it in and see if it looks believable enough, because that's all that we're really going for. Sometimes I forget that. I'm like, oh no, it has to be exactly realistic, but it doesn't. It actually doesn't. We're actually fine. Okay, I think that's okay. Just gonna get a little bit more of this so you can see the frame. I feel like that calls it back a little more clearly. Oh man, monitor. Okay. Okay. There you go. I think I got it the way I want it. Nice. Okay. I think that looks pretty realistic. Okay. I do want to fix this then. I think this needs to be smaller. Giving a little bit more of an overhead sun situation. Have the feet sticking out there. Erase from this ledge. Okay. I think it's believable enough. Okay. What else we got? We have another one is what we've got. Oh my gosh. I think this will work pretty well. Now, I made this like a fence situation here. I'm just trying to figure out like what I put behind the fence. What do I even want here? Like, I could do this as like kind of a city, vaguely city-ish situation. Maybe. I think I mentioned before, like, kind of canon the city for where Chloe and Corey live is vaguely Baltimore suburb-ish. We call it Harbor City. The Haven. Although that doesn't even ever really come into play in these comics. So this series, I don't know if I ever really talked about it. This series is called Sunny Skies. As you no doubt see right here, right? But it's Sunny Skies also is the sister series to Weatherwise, the slightly older version of this that we do with the same character. So Sunny Skies is kindergarten through second grade, and it's largely wordless. We do have a little bit of dialogue, but Weatherwise has a bit more because it's more grades 3 through 5. So this is all simplified version, but these characters we actually had before we ever Funny Guys. That's the next series. That's just only slapstick comedy. A lot of times it's just pies in the face all comic long. Yeah, these characters we actually had established well before we started working on cartoons, and they were actually the main characters of a middle grade, so that's ages like 9 through 12 graphic novel that Ashley and I were working on. We pitched it a few times. We didn't get it out there a whole lot, but Ashley like wrote the whole manuscript, like the whole script for like a 200-page book. And I'd done some. How much did I do? Because usually for a graphic novel submission, you don't do the whole book. At least that's the general advice we are always given for the traditional publishing industry. Like, if you're submitting to an agent, they will ask for a variable amount of finished pages. I've seen as little as 2, but more often it's on the order of like 10 finished pages. But so somewhere like I'd say 5 to 10 is like a good target, and then like an additional like 5 to 10 pages of like pencils if your pencils are pretty clean, or lines if you need to clean it up even more. I have seen one agent ask for 40 pages of thumbnails or pencils, and like 10 pages, 20 pages, 10 or 20 pages finished, which was like, that's a lot. That's pretty far. I mean, I get it because they want to measure out where you are in terms of your skill and see how the whole thing works altogether. But it varies a lot. But so if you're aiming for getting an agent or like being traditionally published, like submitting to an editor, oftentimes you're only doing a small fraction of the whole book before the book actually gets, before you sell it or get a contract. So I done a good chunk of pages on this one. Do I want the city though? Is that really is that what I want with this? I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'll do it and I'll see what Ashley thinks. That is execute idea, submit to writer for feedback. That is what I'm going to do. Listen, I know you're all probably thinking, Jeff, this is supposed to be based on Baltimore. Why don't you look up the Baltimore skyline and actually insert things that match that? And my answer to you would be, I don't want to. Because even though we did that for the graphic novel setting, I'm not sure that really is any relevance here, and in a lot of ways feels like it's just kind of pushing too hard to just seed something in there that we're not 100% sure. Why are you like this? What even is happening there? I am pretty proud of that emote, how that one came out. I need to do more. Which, to be fair, I have clearly that's where we're at today. Hi, I'm back. You know, that somehow seems fitting for the way stream has been today. It's been a challenging one. Yeah. Like my entire Frank, you weren't. I don't think you were here for this. My entire like OBS scene for my art, just like, it's like, what? Clip Studio? I've never heard of it. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. It was good time. Just have to reset that all up live. It just seems like one of those nights, and of course, you know, the bedtime fight with the kiddo, and it's just been one. It's just been a real one. And it's funny because OBS is, especially for free open source software, is spectacular. Like, I am in general always quite pleased with the quality of OBS. But every now and then it's like, no. Does it snow here? Oh, you just do the whole desktop capture? That's a good idea. I don't know if I'm ready to just do the whole desktop though. Because I shuffle stuff around a lot. I'm gonna blame ADHD. That's probably not it. But we'll just go with that. I know it definitely didn't like it when I switched between monitors. That was like, no, Frank, it does not snow in Orlando. Now, snow in Florida in general is very rare, but not impossible. We could, in theory, have gotten snow at least one time that I lived here. I'm trying to think if it's actually more. Okay, good. Is this for your comic for the next one in the series? By the way, doesn't this look weird without the foreground? I think so too. Yeah, like our first December here, maybe second. It froze. Like we got, and we had a hard freeze this year too. So I guess it could have snowed if the precipitation had timed it right. But the problem is usually the front, before the temperature can drop that low here, the front has to fully be through, which means anything that would cause precip is gone. That works for me. The what now? Hi, no, wait, no, wait, no? No, it's pressure sensors. Have we talked about this? We've talked about this. Do you know high pressure and low pressure? Surely. Or have you been like, oh wait, are you talking about the high and low? Oh, you're talking about temperature, right? High temperature, low temperature? I'm so used to, like, we always call it max and min T. So it doesn't always mean morning and afternoon. Most days it will mean, like, because evening is not when you're gonna get your highest temperature. Hold on. We're going to use art to talk about science. All right, so okay. Why is that so hard for me? Okay, here we are. This is time. It's slanted, but we're just gonna roll with it, right? So here we have 12 o'clock a.m. Here we have 11:59 p.m. So this is a whole day. You got 12 o'clock p.m. noon right here. Right, so sunrise, so 6 a.m. would be about here. 6 p.m. would be about here. So your sunrise, depending on your latitude and the time of year and all that stuff, it's gonna be somewhere around here. And it's gonna, you know, solar heating is gonna be, actually it's not quite right. Because of daylight savings, it's a little bit different, isn't it? Because like right now our sunset is more at like, so if this is 6, this is, you know, 9, 3, 9, 6, 3. Okay. So yeah, say your sunrise is somewhere here-ish. I guess, you know, at 6, and then maybe setting at 9. So the sun angle increases until local noon. We'll say it's about 1 o'clock here, just due to, you know, daylight savings. So say it's something like this, right? This isn't perfect. So this is the most sunlight. The heating that we get from the sun is from the accumulation of the heat. So, you know, imagine everything under here, because if you've got a land surface, it's actually radiating out long wave. So what you have here, this is cooling as the ground loses heat as it radiates it back outward. So a lot of the times on a day where there's no frontal passages or anything like that, you're looking at a battle between these two. If this is greater than this, you're going to be getting warmer. But, you know, when the sun angle is either not that strong yet, or the sun angle is declining, and this is greater than this, then you're going to be cooling. So like your temperature is actually going to be dropping still all the way till the sun has gotten up high enough. So your temperature is going to be going, you know, down, and then it's going to start to level up and rise. But your solar radiation is actually still accumulating basically heat all the way till like a lagged period of time later. And the cloud cover can affect this. But your temperature is actually going to max out in your mid-afternoon and then slowly start to drop, you know, till it goes back over here. So in general, your high is roughly going to be in the mid-afternoon, and your low is going to actually be in the like early morning hours, or in the just after sunrise or just pre-sunrise. Man, this is not quite fast enough to really write fast with it. Right, so that's kind of the typical setup on a day where you don't have like a frontal passage coming through. When you start getting front, you don't like that? What do you mean? Sorry, that sounded really aggressive. What do you mean by that? How don't you like that? I guess I'm curious to understand what you're getting at with it. Yeah, it is. The high is the hottest temperature that you're gonna get in the day. So like this is the high temp. And it just happens that on a regular day, you're usually gonna get it here. But it's not, like if you look at, hold on. There's a better way to do this. Yes. Okay. Bringing OBS back down here. I'm gonna say our time is probably just about done here because I'm on a kick, but this is important. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, I'm gonna add a source here. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go here. All right. And I'm gonna bring in the tried and true National Weather Service digital forecast page. Graphical forecast page. Which you can find this at digital.weather.gov. Let me bring it over for you. Okay. Actually, I lied. I am gonna do, okay. There we go. That's fine. I was gonna move my camera and do a whole thing, but that's fine. So digital.weather.gov, right? So yeah, high and low are just maximum and minimum temperature. So if you take all the temperature readings at a spot all day long, high is the highest value, low is the lowest value. So that's correct. It is what you think it is. Those typically line up with certain times of day or certain zones of the day, just based on the way that solar heating works, right? But you could have a cold front move through and change things. So this, for example, is the NWS official forecast for maximum temperature, right? It's too complicated. No, it's maybe I've overcomplicated in how I've explained it. Let's go over to ye old New Mexico here. So what we're looking at, that's too far. What we're looking at is the maximum temperature. This is the high. So it doesn't matter what time of day this occurs. This is the high temperature forecast. It most likely will be mid-afternoon, but it could be, you know, you could have your temperatures rising until a cold front comes through in the middle of the morning, and the temperature just plummets, and then your high was in the morning. Or if for whatever reason you could have a warm front move through and the high, like after the peak heating, and you could be looking at like a bunch of warm air advection coming in, and all of a sudden your high is like later in the evening. So this is just the highest temperature that occurs at the day, no matter what time it is. Because then you've, separate from that, you've got, we forecast temperature. And this is just the spot temperature at any given time. So we're looking at tomorrow at 8 p.m. Right now, the temperature, this is what it's set to be. But we can go back a little bit. Let's step it back. Okay, we can go much faster. Okay, so let's look through and kind of see. So this is 6 a.m. Getting to noon here, so starting to see the yellows, which that is about 90. About 90, maybe even getting, maybe like even 85 is where you start to see it as yellowish, right? So we're seeing more, if you toggle back and forth, we're seeing more and more of the map turning yellow, even afternoon. Getting in, now we're getting some of those like orangey yellows, even starting to get some of those like more orange colors getting towards red in parts of the center of the state here. And obviously the greens, the cooler temperatures that you're seeing in greens and blues are obviously elevation. So yeah, you've even got here at 4 p.m. some of these guys are still hanging on. Are they quite as bright? Yeah, they're still getting hotter. So you've still got net heating happening. And this is all the way until 5 o'clock. And now by the time you start getting towards 6 is maybe still heating, but it's not. Yeah, it's just the peak there. I guess you get this time of year, you guys are getting full sun for so long that it aggregates that late. But yeah, so 7 is then where it starts to decline. So I would venture that on this given day, your maximum is happening at, you know, somewhere in that 6 o'clock hour. And then, yeah, you start to cool. So I guess what I'm saying is I think that it actually works the way that you're saying you want it to work. It's just that on a typical day, they will be roughly around, you know, the high will usually occur around a certain time. Although cloud, like I said, cloud cover can drastically change how that behaves as well, along with fronts. Although this time of year, we're not seeing as many like fronts dragging across. They still happen, but the winter is really the prime season for that, to be driving the weather. So let's see if we still peak out at 6 o'clock hour here. Cooler day, no. Yeah, so here actually, oh, the cadence of forecast changes too. I forgot about that, because now it's 3 hourly instead of hourly. It's a little harder to tell there. At any rate, all that is to say is that I think it works the way that you're talking about, Frank. I think you're talking about the way that it actually does work, I should say. It's just yeah, just that often it works out that you're high. I guess for you guys it's even in the evening. And I guess in the summer here it's the same, now that I think about it. I always thought of it as like the time when the outgoing radiation outweighs the incoming radiation is, I thought it was more in the mid-afternoon, but it looks like for a lot of places it's probably evening, because that makes sense here, because like that up until the 5 o'clock hour it can get miserable here in the summer when it's just like it's hot. Like you look at the playgrounds, there's nobody out there. But then magically about 6 or 7 o'clock, people start coming out, especially if the sea breeze comes through here. That's really nice. It cools everything down. It just takes a long time to get this far inland. But okay. All right, so we're sitting here. It's 11:57. I think art time is done. I think I made pretty good progress, especially given the amount of water that I had to add shadows to. There's not a whole lot left to do on this comic. I'll swap over real quick before we call it, just to look one more time. But I think we're doing pretty well. This is very nearly done. I was perhaps a bit aggressive, thinking that I was going to get all the way over to the D&D group illustration today, but this is pretty good. Oh, nice. Okay, let's go ahead then and do art share. Jeff, where is that? Alright, hold on. Don't mind me just fighting all this newfangled technology. Are you gonna work? Are you gonna work? Okay. Yay. Nothing blew up yet. It's been a night, guys. It's really just been a night. Okay. Is this gonna work? It worked. What? All right. Whee! You guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy it worked. Fix that. All right, there we go. What is that small text? Wait. Can't wait to enjoy this floor. So, for those of you who have not caught the earlier panels, should we review real quick where this came from? Because this was So this was strip 1, right? It's that time of the year where geese migrate south for the winter. Migrate? Where are you off to? South for the winter. And then we have getting on the bus to Canada by mistake. Reminder text because it's been a while since Goose. Yeah, I honestly had forgotten about that. Frogs and geese are enemies. Frog stole Goose's pond. Okay, there we go. I love it. I love that's the conclusion he's coming to, and the more you can put that in there. So wait, what's gonna be the foreshadowing? If you're willing to share before you've added it. I'm jamming out to this Wii Shop channel music right now. You can't see it behind the comic, but I definitely am. Man, those were the days. Just kidding. I'm gonna like bookmark this to come back to for sure. I like that. Again, it just strikes me, one of the things that I love that you do so well is that you switch up the camera angle really well, so it doesn't come across as like repetitive. Every panel is an interesting different view, but it's definitely it's well executed to show the story, but written in a more of those monsters to worry about, but written in a way that it cannot be interpreted as racist. That's I'm just thinking of like, wait, you ever get the thing where like your brain like kind of just swings in both extremes or something, like, oh no, that's fine, it's probably safe, or oh no, someone can definitely interpret it that way. I don't know what the answer is, but I like it. That's good. It's a fictional rivalry. Right. They're not they're not a minority. It's not meant to be associated with any particular kind of person. It's just a literal frog. And Goose is angry because they stole his pond. So wait, this is comic 3 of how many again were you looking at? Yeah, he has a reason to hate them because it's a rivalry. Because they're all in. So the frogs are actually like a definite coordinated group and they definitely are out to get Goose. I love that. I love it. So wait, how? Yeah. Now I'm just like, I really want to see where this goes. Are you? Well, I don't want to ask because I don't want to spoil it for myself because I kind of just want to see them. They're a hive mind. Dude, this is some deep lore. I love it. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna not ask any more questions because I kind of just want to be surprised to see how the story continues to evolve. But I like it, and I didn't expect it to go this direction, even knowing what the first 2 comics were. So I'm excited to see how this continues. You may make another strip to emphasize his frog hate. Yeah, I don't think, at least not the Lucey Goosey comics I remember for the last couple of years had done that much with it. There's this old one that you remember? This is fun. I like where this is going. This is good times. Would it be over on your Instagram? I'm assuming. Oh, there you go. Okay, you linked it right there. Okay, let me grab that real quick. What is happening? What do I have on here? Yeah, so I need to close this guy. Okay. Okay, so this is well established. Alright, so I'll grab these real quick. Sorry, I am... Let me do this. Okay. Alright, so this is the first one, I believe. My family bond is close by, according to this map. Should be on the other side of this bush. So it's war then. Okay, and then we got this one, which I love this. This is, I don't know if I had seen this, like noted this one before, but this is a really fun composition. And you even you even did the thing where you have like the bright, the mid-tone, and then the dark to give it like that whole sense of depth. And that's awesome. And then we've got Keep the ponds clean. Lock the frogs. Aren't you the one who has a pet goldfish in the pond? Listen here, you nosy brat. You just winged that. The one, this one? I mean, it came out great. Like, I feel like you have an inherent sense of that in terms of the depth and the use of the values. Yeah, it looks good. So that was 22, 23, also 23. Okay. Okay, so it is well established, that's for sure. Okay. Well, regardless, I'm excited to see this. I think I had forgotten about this. I mean, I would have browsed through these because I know I'd been through Instagram, I think, around this time. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this is going. Also, nice pun on goose and winged that. That worked out really well. I don't know if you meant to do it, but kudos. GG's there. Gonna make some anti-frog comics to reestablish it better. Yeah. Never forget what they took from us. So then is Goose gonna be very pro Grogu from like the frog eating scenes? So I kind of enjoy seeing that. He's gonna take French vacations and eat frog legs. Yes, that seems appropriate. That seems appropriate. Alright. Okay, let's see. It's 12:11. I probably need to wrap it up here. It's been a journey, guys. Like if you tuned in at the start of this stream, you have been on a little bit of a trip. It's after stream. the after stream party. Is that what's going on? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you if you have been here from the beginning of stream, because this has been a little bit of a journey. We had our scuff, we had our necessary parenting interventions, we had a little bit of everything going on tonight. We had relationship advice time, which is not something that we commonly have. We've checked a lot of boxes. It's been a good time. I almost finished the comic that I was working on. I turned a stone dinosaur Pokemon into a ice cream cone dinosaur Pokemon. That was good times. We had a very rough bedtime for one of the kiddos tonight. They were displeased about something, which was that we did not share a video of a marble run that we made together with someone who was here earlier. And it's all remediable, we can show it the next time, but they didn't want to wait till next time, and that spiraled very quickly. As things often do at bedtime when kiddos are tired. But they're okay. They're asleep. Everyone's all right. We got through it. Boundaries were formed and established. Well, boundaries were reasserted. They were always there. I guess that was fresh on my mind when Cyberpup was asking some of the questions, because I'm like, boundaries. It's sometimes you have to go through the unpleasantness to keep healthy boundaries. It's true. Kids teach you so many things. You learn a whole lot of life stuff. That's for sure. Because it turns out they're just small humans. Anyway, yeah. I don't think... no, oh, I need to fix that. Blech. I did not fix that, the 20th. Okay, so yeah, just I'll do it anyway since I'm right here. So just a reminder, closing out announcements. Our next Thursday stream is going to be Thursday, August 20th. I'm pretty sure I didn't just make up that date. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Thursday, August 20th will be the third Thursday of the month, so we'll be getting back into Chrono Trigger following the adventures of Poopy and friends. Oh gosh. It still gets me every time. That was the name, you guys. That was a good name to pick. Yeah, so the first half of the stream will be going into that, and then the second half will be doing some sketching and drawing based on the game. Aside from that, accountability, I don't know when, but we will do it. I still owe you guys an extra stream at some point in the future. Yeah, again, just putting it out there to keep myself accountable. You're welcome. That was you, right? The Poopy suggestion? That was you? I'm pretty sure that was you. Yeah, so by the next time that I stream, the comic will be done. So we'll be checking this off the list, which means we'll probably be trying to make sure we finish up that D&D group illustration before the campaign resumes. So that will probably be next week that we'll be doing that. I think, yeah, the comic will definitely be done by then. So D&D illustration next week, I think. Yeah, that does it. That's all the announcements. That's it. So, that brings us to the end of the stream, guys. Yeah, I gotta get going so I can actually sleep. I still have dishes to do. So, on the bright side, this new setup did prove so much faster to break down last week. Like, instead of it taking like half an hour, I think I did it in 10 minutes, which was very nice and very welcome at like 1 a.m. So, Frank is doing all the things. Thank you. You can follow us on our socials if you like my work and Ashley's comics or in writing. Like, if you like this stuff, WagWorksGA is where you can find us here on Twitch, on YouTube, and also on Instagram. Instagram is mostly dead, but not entirely. We'll probably come back someday, but YouTube and Twitch are the best places to find us. Also, our website, wagworksga.com, is where you can see a lot of our graphic novel projects. You can see a lot of our comics, slice of life comics type stuff, as well as more of my illustration portfolio, that kind of thing. We also have a shop, so that's fun. Cartoons is fun and awesome, and we love it, and we continue to work on that. You can find, if you want to be alerted of stuff, the Substack is probably the best way to go there, so that's cartoons.substack.com. But we also have cartoons at lovereading.co. Did Frank make a command for that? Is it a cartoon site? It is not. It is not. I messed that up, and that's cool and fine. But hold on. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's lovereading.co/cartoons is the site. But you can binge our comics there as well as the other creators. So that's worth a check out, especially if you have young ones. Frank, obviously, good friend, awesome moderator. Hold on, I'm doing the thing. You should follow him because he will be streaming again in the future, I hope. when you can see him play games and draw and do all the fun stuff. So please do also check him out on Instagram. His comic Lucey Goosey is readable there. At least some of the newer ones may not be up there, but you can check a pretty awesome backlog. It's a good time. So please follow Frank. Please go check out his comics. Yes. Am I forgetting anything, Frank? I don't know. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Okay. I do just want to say again, thank you to everyone who joined me. Not just because tonight was a bit of a ride, but also because I just appreciate you being here. I like hanging out. I like drawing with you guys. I like talking random meteorology. This is a happy Zen place for me. So just thanks for being here. Whether you're watching it on YouTube, the VOD here on Twitch, or whether you are here live, chatting or lurking, I appreciate you being here. Just know that it means the world to me, and I appreciate your support. So, all right. Well, if you don't think so either, I think we're good then. Frank, it is always good to hang out and chat. I hope things are going well for you. Yeah, I hope, and I hope that soon you can find something that you really enjoy, and so you can get off the night shifts. Okay, go away. I'm giving heartfelt messages here. No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good hanging out. I can't believe you've been following me since almost the very, very beginning. So thank you. And I hope to see you again next time. Yeah. All right. Well, let me do the thing that I totally forgot to do like 5 minutes ago, and load up my stream ending animation. One of these days, I'll remember it, you guys. I will, I swear. All right. That's really it for real now. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Have a great week. And I will see you next time. Bye.